think it must be time for a July garden tour. I'm Liz Zorab and this is real life gardening. It's been an incredibly hot week and I've been away visiting my daughter, and I've come back to find so much in bloom in the garden, especially things like these are fantastic leucanthemums. Shasta daisies, aren't they beautiful? This back garden has got an awful lot of them in here, and right now they're making a massive impact. And there are also flowers like this beautiful rose. And I can't remember whether this is Kew Gardens or Tottering by Gently. But whichever it is, I absolutely love it. And this is a cutting I took last year. As I was pruning the roses, I just pushed a piece that I pruned down into some compost. And it took. I'm really pleased about this. The last few digitalis flowers, foxgloves, are just opening up now. This is one that is pure white, has no markings in the throat. I'm really pleased with it. It's been a really good display this year. And behind it is Senecio Angel Wing. I wasn't sure whether I was going to like it or not, but actually in this corner I do like it. It really lifts and brightens. And the leaves have got a really soft, velvety feel, although not as soft as you, are they? No, not as soft as a Bentley. Yeah, oh, your fur is still going everywhere. There you go, boy. I'm tucked away on the edge of a bed. This is a very pretty flower. This is actually the flower of marjoram. So it's a white, almost pink, well, it's pink, almost white, whichever it is. It's white with a hint of pink, really pretty. The flower buds look yellow or green, and then they open to this little white flower. It's aromatic as you brush past it. It's got a pretty flower. It's enjoying the heat because it's one of those Mediterranean herbs that are really happy in the heat. I do love this little plant. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up or leave a comment, or both. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. And if you'd really like to help, at the end of this, please watch another of my videos, because that sends a message to YouTube to say you're really enjoying my channel. Thanks. Also in this bed is a Veronicastrum. This has got, it's got not quite white, palest of pink flowers. They are going to start coming out in the next couple of weeks. There's a white agastache with its little spires of flowers and highly scented foliage. And that's right next to Geranium Laura. This is a hardy geranium and it's got a white double flower and really attractive foliage. And this plant with its thistle-like leaves and spiky globe flower heads is Echinops. It will produce white flowers. They're just starting to come now, and they'll just get a whole globe of white flowers that are going to be really attractive to pollinators. It has quite an ethereal, almost ghostly look about it. And this is Antirrhinum. It's called the Bride or Bridal Bouquet or something. I'll pop its name up on the screen. This was grown from seed last year by my next door neighbour. She gave me 3 or 4 plants, and this one has survived and it's beautiful. It's produced masses of these lovely white flowers. The flower buds are sort of yellowy green, and then they open to these pure white flowers. You see a theme in my back garden. Mostly it's white. There are a few touches of yellow, there are a few touches of mauve and of pale pink, but it's mostly white. It's a very calm, cool place to be in, and it's exactly what I wanted. I'm really pleased with how the back garden has turned out. 18 months ago, this was just grass and weeds, and now it's about 50% pathway and beds, and the other 50% is still weeds, which I'll deal with later this year and next spring. But in the meantime, I'm just going to revel in how lovely things look. There's a bit of lavender back here. It's a French lavender. It's very light. I really like the silvery foliage on this. It's very fine. It smells wonderful. So let's have a quick look and see what's in the other beds in the back garden. This is the first bed that I created 18 months ago, and mostly it's now been taken over by this Nepeta, which is pretty tall, and this year I didn't do a Chelsea chop on it, so it has spread, it's collapsed, and I didn't provide it any support. So it's coming all the way out here, all the way over the other side. Here is some valeriana. This has flowered beautifully, started flowering a couple of months ago. It's just the last few flowers left on it now. This rose, which, I can tell I've been away for a week, because I need to come through and deadhead more than just snapping bits off with my fingers. I need to do it properly. But this is Bouquet Parfait, one of my favourite roses. They're all my favourite roses. I love roses. Here, the black bits you can see, or the dark brown bits here, these are the seeds from Sweet Sicily that flowered earlier in the year. And then down here I have a sedum, so a Hylotelephium, and it's a variegated one, and I'll put the variety on the screen. So the flowers are pink, but they're sort of quite a pale pink rather than a very dark pink. I've got the foliage dying back from an apricot foxglove. In fact, having taken off the main flowering stem, I can see it's now putting out some more side shoots to flower those. Tucked in here is Rosa White Pet. Oh, I do love this. Oh, here are some seeds. These are the seeds of Camassia. So this was a white Camassia. I'm actually going to sprinkle the seeds around at the base. There we go. Is there anything else tucked in here that I desperately want to show you? Well, I have got a really very lovely cordyline here. It's green with a cream stripe. I was given quite a large plant of this, which I divided. I've got some in the garden over there, some here, and some up in the food forest. I'm very pleased with that. All I can hear is the hum of insects here. Bees, hoverflies, wasps, all visiting the flowers of the Nepeta. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one. And I also hope you'll join me again next time.